All right, guys, welcome back to Trade or Die. So today we're looking at history from September 11th, that's the Monday, to September 15th. Hopefully we get to the 15th, and then we're just going to tally up the trades and see how we do with break even and without break even. And then again, stop loss will be roughly $9, 36 ticks. All right, it may adjust a bit because sometimes it's weird, it's finicky, but you know, give or take, it'll be $9 TP 72 or 70 depending on how this thing is set up, but usually it's going to be 2-to-1 in a day. So let's get right into it. So Sunday, we're not going to trade Sundays. That is 9-10. So we're going to get right into the Monday. I'm going to bring these all over. So now here is the Monday. So now we get into the Monday, 6 a.m. Might be awake, I might not be, but definitely wouldn't take this trade. We see that we're on a run up, right? Price break structure here, but the pullback is not good enough. This body is way too small, so there's nothing here that we see. This is our first good pullback. I know that price doesn't exactly break structure, but it closes in such a way that it's really good for a trade. So this is good too. The body's good. So if we were to take this trade, TP easily. Another opportunity is right here as well, where price actually, it breaks structure. We have the pullback and then stop loss. It does suck, but in reality, this might have been taken out by an auto break even instead of an actual stop loss. So same thing happens over here as well too. Price breaks, right? The minor resistance does a pullback, but let's see how big this body is, because if it's not $8, then we really want to stay away from it. So 611 all the way to 616, we're staying away from it. And then we have a nice other breakout over here, nice pullback, and boom, stopped out. And that's completely fine. Things do happen. With this, definitely we wouldn't have gotten a break even. However, there would be opportunities to actually get out the trade. It all depends. So now by 9:30, I'm guessing there's some kind of news and price breaks down. On the breakdown, we break all kinds of structure. We break this support, this support, this support. A ton of minor support structures being broken. On our first pullback, it's too much. It's too big. It's bigger than the candle to the left. And then price pulls down again and breaks structure. We have a great pullback right here, and that allows us to actually enter the trade and then get that dub. And then on this one too, we definitely have an opportunity to actually move the TP a bit more, since price actually comes down here. So let's keep moving on. So now by 11 o'clock, price breaks up, we break structure, and then we get a nice pullback here. This body is definitely $8, but this wick is my biggest concern. It's really tough to say. I don't think I would take this position. I would definitely wait, because now we have to think about being on our way up. We have a nice pullback here, but we are kind of getting into buys, right? I know we just came off of a little momentum down, but now we're seeing higher highs, right? Or higher lows and also higher highs, because wicks, and then higher high. So taking a sell here would be extremely dangerous. Another good spot for buys would also be right here. I do like this setup, so in reality I would take it, and it would definitely be an L as well too, and that's completely fine. L's happen all the time. So price goes up and we miss everything, and that's okay. That is okay. So now we have a pullback here. Again, the wick is too big, not good enough. Another pullback up here. The body is probably not big enough. So 90 to 95, 94, not big enough. So now support's being built. And by this time, it's already 3 o'clock, get into 4 o'clock, and it's the next day. So now let's move into the next day and see how we do. All right, 9/12, the Tuesday. So we're at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Nice little pullback here. The wicks are too long, so we leave it. Price break structure, pulls down. Decent trade setup right here, in my opinion. And price hits TP. Boom. There'd be another opportunity right here, but I'm not sure. The wick again is too long. So let's continue. Boom. Over here. Not taking this. The bear candle opened above, and then we get a nice move down. This move down breaks structure. And then let's see if we actually take profit over here. Wow. I'm going to say we take profit. I'm being generous right now. Take profits. Price continues going down. Comes back up to continue down. And then this wick right here is way too long to even want to get into the position. And so by 10 o'clock, it gets way too wicky for us to even do anything. So we really probably want to stay out of this. This wick up here is way too big to take the trade. And so we wait. So now once we wait, we get that breakout once again to the downside, and we break minor. This pullback is nice. However, this wick is too long, so we probably need to stay out of it. Pull back again. Wick is too long. Stay out of it. And price continues going down. Price comes back up. And it looks like there are no good pullbacks outside of over here at 1 o'clock. This trade, I would probably take this trade and I would lose, unfortunately. So price goes back down, little pullbacks, and then nothing else really happens. So now let's go into the next day, 9/13. So now we're at 9/13. That's a Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Boom, boom, boom. These bodies are way too small. We have our first break in minor structure. How big is this body? 81 to 89. Probably wouldn't take this only because of how big the wick is here. However, the break in structure really does mean a lot. Would I take this trade? I don't think I would take it, but again, like, you really have to use your discretion, right, on these pullbacks. Let's say I do take this trade and we do get take profit just for the sake of this exercise. So now take the trade, take profit, and now price opens at 8:30. There's probably news. Price goes ballistic and we can't even trade anyway. So now price comes back up. We have a pullback, but again, this wick is way too long, so we don't do anything into the market. Price comes down here. We have a break in the minor, but now it almost looks like we're on the way up. So again, we gotta really use our discretion on when we take sells. So let's leave that one out. This pullback is decent, right? We get a break in minor structure. However, the body is just way too small and these wicks are too long. So price continues going up. Price breaks down and comes up once again. And for something like this, I don't think I would take this because again, we're in like a buy market, right? We really want to be careful with that. So let's just continue going. Price comes up. Another little pullback, goes up again, down, and then up, down, up, down. Nice pullback here. However, the wick is too long, so we don't even touch it. Let's say we did, we definitely would be profitable. So maybe looking at those wicks would be one type of, consideration. But anyway, let's continue. Price keeps going up, and then we finally get a move down. And now at 225, we have our first pullback and nothing. So now, finally, breaking structure, great pullback, great body size, almost got stopped out. This one might have hit break even just because it got to halfway and it pulled back. So that's one thing to be really be wary of. Again, another nice breaking structure and a pullback right here, and that's great. Now, what time is it? Now it's 3 o'clock, and then over here, price comes back up. We get a pullback, great wick action on both ends, and then we really got to consider the time, right? If we do take this trade, is it worth it? How has the day been prior? How is the market moving? Let's just say we do take it. It is an L, and that's completely fine. So now let's move into the next day, 9/14, which is Wednesday, I believe. No, 14 is Thursday. So we're going to do a whole week. So 9/14. And now it is 6 o'clock over here. Price is on the way up. We got a pullback going down, up, pullback down. We're still making a higher lows. Price continues up, crazy pullback, and then by 8:30, price plunges down and it breaks structure here and here. We get a nice pullback, but these wicks are way too long, and then price continues going back up. This trade right here is beautiful. I do think the wick is actually too long, but let's see how fair the trade would do. We'd lose the trade. We wouldn't lose it if stop loss was below. However, again, you really have to use that discretion, right? Because that's what this is all about, that discretion and really understanding that. So now let's continue. The price pulls down, right? Breaking structure, down, breaking structure once again. So now we have another trade set up right here. And it's TP. So it's down by 10 o'clock, and then there's a massive reversal. These reversals are so big. I don't know how I would even think about catching these. It's tough because like the way I trade, like I always want to see some kind of pullback, but when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bull candles, it's really hard. But anyway, let's continue. So price goes up, little pullback here, but pullback candle's too big. Same up here, the wick is too big, so we don't take it. Price comes down, continues back up, nice pullback, but the body's too big. Comes down, back up, same thing, and then we keep doing this thing here. So now we have structure being built, resistance up here, price continues to come down and it breaks this. Now on the pullback, we don't even get one until it comes back out to resistance, pushes back down, and then we get into 4 o'clock, and that's no trade zone. So now let's look at the Friday, 9/15. So now on this day, Whoa, that is crazy. So we got, 6 o'clock comes. Wick is way too long here. Price goes down. It doesn't exactly break, but it has a nice pullback. So now what do we see? 52, 51 to 65. This is a great body and also a great little pullback as well too. So let's take this trade. Profitable, right? Price does it again. Pull down, pull back, profitable. Great. Price continues pushing further. It looks like it doesn't even stop. And then it doesn't have another pullback until we get to down here. So let's say we did take that trade, would have been stopped out. And I think that is that. 12 o'clock, price rallies up a bit. Right? We will never take we'll never take buys when the condition looks like this. Price pulls back down, and then we get into 3 o'clock, everything relaxes, and I think that is about it. We got to Friday. Wow. So now let's tally up all the trades, see how we did, and then we'll look at auto break even as well too. So let's go to Monday. That is 11, right? 11. Okay, perfect. Oops. All right. So Monday, trade 1, right here. W. So take 18. Trade 2, L. Trade 3, L. Trade 4, W. Trade 5, L. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Overall, we still end positive. So that's okay. I can take that. So now let's get into the Tuesday. So now for Tuesday, our first trade around 6 o'clock. W, we'll take it. Second trade. Ooh, this is a tough one, but I'll take it. We're gonna look at our auto break even after, just in case. And then third trade up here, L. Plus 27, decent day. So now we're gonna look at 13. 13 is pretty tough too. So first trade, 730. Great TP, 18. Everything happens in between here. Everything happens, and we don't have any opportunities, and that's completely fine. So second trade, let's say it's TP. I'll accept this. Third trade over here, TP. Last trade, -9. Great. Now let's go into 14. The Thursday. So Thursday we had 2 trades, -9 and then +18, right? On that pullback, because there was no more action after the fact. And now we're on Friday. Friday can be a monster day, but it depends on how long you want to hold your trades, right? It's tough to hold trades sometimes, but when you get to days like this, like it'll really pay out, right? Like this $18 could have turned into, what is this? This goes from 631 631. Wow, this could have been an $80 type of move, right? If you get $80 from this, $80 would literally be 1,600 on a mini. That is insane. So let's see. On Friday, we get dub 1, dub 2, and then L, right? Oops. Wait. Let me move this right here. And I'll extend this. So about 700. And that's not bad. This is not bad. I took about four trades a day on average. Some days were lighter, some days were heavier, and like, you know, as long as the win rate is above 50%, this can work, right? I really have to use that discretion and really understand myself and these trades. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same exercise, but look at break even potentially happening, because that's a thing, right? So let's go back to 11 and see if we can get any auto break evens. Gonna bring on my ruler, and what I want to do is auto break even at 36. So entry is here. Boom. Auto break even would in fact be hit on the second trade. So first trade, profitable. There'll be no type of pullback. Second trade. Okay, let me just keep this on the side here. It's gonna be no auto break even. And this is gonna be auto break even. Okay. So second trade, we'd have auto break even. Let's see if we have it on this trade. No, we would not. So that would still be -9. This trade, oops. This trade, boom. This one would hit TP, so that one would be fine for number 3. No, sorry, number 4 would be fine. And then the last trade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. This one would also just be the same as well too. So now let's go into Tuesday. So now for Tuesday, see, would still hit TP on the first trade on Tuesday. Second trade. Second trade, Tuesday still hit TP. And now the third trade, would this go to auto break even? Ooh, it would. So third trade would be right there. So now let's continue into the next day on 14. Oops. Okay. So this one, ooh, this is a tough one. Will come back down, but it doesn't come back to thing. So the first trade would be fine. On the 13th, first trade will be fine. Second trade. This one would do auto, I think we'll do auto break even. Second trade, 0. Third trade right here would be good. And then this trade last trade would also do auto break even. So this one would be 0. Okay. So now let's move into our Thursday and see where we hit auto break even once again. So Thursday we have TP instantly. Wait. Boom. Stop loss actually. I'm tripping. And then the second trade, no pullback, so we'd be completely fine. Everything would be the same for Thursday. And then lastly, Friday. Where will we land? Friday would be fine on the first trade. Second trade would be fine. And then the third trade now we get stop out instantly. So Friday would be the exact same too. So here's a difference in auto break even versus break even. It's very close. Like it's so close, right? You're gonna get a variance of $9, so that's about, half a trade. So is it worth it for auto break even? Potentially, right? Like it really depends on your mental and how those losses impact that. If you'd rather have a break even trade, then maybe break even is the way to go. Just make sure when you do break even that you add a little buffer too, so it covers commission. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching and cheers. I'm going to continue doing this.